First, we see Jian. He has a hobby and a profession. He is a photographer. On the other hand, we see Ning. She is doing some part-time jobs at this time and trying to save money little by little. Looking at her, it seems like she is living a struggling life. Whenever it is the rainy season, sales go up and she can eat good food. Her sister is also with her. Looking at them together, it seems like they love each other a lot, and they're each other's only family. Today, Ning finds something in her sister's handbag. It is a proposal ring. As soon as she sees it, she realizes that her sister's boyfriend has proposed. His name is Xing, and he is a cop. Ning immediately goes to meet him and says, "Can you explain to me how you proposed to my sister without asking me? Why didn't you tell me? Do you think my sister is an orphan? I am her family. I will play the role of her mom and dad. If you want to marry her, we will have a formal parent meeting first." On the other hand, we see Jian. He has gone to a party with his friend, but there is another photographer there who is his senior. This senior bothers him a lot. He feels upset because even though he has a degree in photography, Jian, with his street talent, is performing much better than him. He tells Jian rude things and says, "You are just guessing. You will fail in the future." After this, Jian drinks. The next morning, when Jian opens his eye, he slowly remembers how drunk he was yesterday and how much trouble he caused. He remembers that he told many lies, made a lot of noise, and threw a big party for everyone. When he paid all the bills, his credit card balance went negative. On the other hand, Ning was very happy these days because her sister was getting ready for her wedding. She always wanted to see her sister happy because her sister had worked hard to raise her. She was always supporting her. Today, Ning also wanted to see her sister enjoying the happiness of life. At that moment, she sees a very cute lamp. Her sister liked it very much. She thinks, why not give this as a wedding gift? But it was very special, and its price was even more special. Now she starts thinking, why am I so poor that I cannot even give a small gift to my sister? At this moment, her friend Kai comes and sits with her. Her friend advises her to check online. Many people put used items up for sale, and they are completely new. On the other hand, Jian is sitting with his friends. They tell him, "Yesterday, you became our role model. The way you spoke and taught that senior a lesson was amazing. We are really proud of you." But Jian is worried. He thinks, I have so much money to pay back. How will I manage? They suggest that he should sell something to cover the amount, but he loves everything in his small flat. He does not want to compromise on anything because this small flat is his comfortable zone. In the end, he compromises and decides to sell his cute lamp. He puts it up for sale. Ning sees the ad immediately and messages him. She talks very cleverly, and they agree to meet and check the product. The next day, they meet at the same place. Ning comes fully prepared. She wants to get as much discount as possible. That's why she carefully tries to find defects in the product. She also says that it is 1 year old and asks him to reduce the price. But he says, I have taken care of it more than my own life. She opens the packing, uses a lens, and looks for scratches, but she is disappointed because she cannot find any. Now Ning is standing in a cafe. She gives her phone to Jian and lets him take very good photos of her. But in the end, something happens while they are arguing. Ning almost falls, and Jian catches her. At the same time, his lamp almost breaks. He tries to catch it and thinks he has saved it, but one of the lights is slightly damaged. When he sees this, he feels heartbroken. He says, I don't want to sell this to someone like you. I wish I had not come here. Ning replies, it was my fault that I came to buy this from you. You are a crazy person. But something happens in all this chaos. Jian has Ning's phone, and her phone battery is very low. He takes her home to charge it. As soon as her phone turns on, calls start coming in. Ning was using someone else's phone to call her number. She says, come back right now. I came to buy something from you, but you turned out to be a thief. He replies, I had no such intention. If you want, you can come and take it now. He calls her at a train station. But she said, I am very busy right now. I have to go to my sister's parent meeting tomorrow. As he looks at her phone, he sees her wallpaper picture with her sister. He finds out that the person her sister is marrying is his own brother, Sheng. But he does not have good memories of this brother. He remembers that Sheng abandoned him when they were children. He cried a lot, and his brother left him alone in the rain. He never came back. Meanwhile, Ning had booked a place for the parent meeting and ordered a lot of food. She didn't want her sister to feel like she had no family. But while they are eating, Jian arrives and says, I am here to represent you. Actually, he found the address on Ning's phone. He got a message from the restaurant where she had booked. Everyone is surprised to see him there. As soon as Xing realizes that Jian is his brother, he gets worried. Jian is also misbehaving while eating. In addition, Jian tells his sister-in-law, didn't my brother tell you about me? Why would he? He has a habit of abandoning people. He leaves relationships, and maybe he will leave you too. I do not trust him at all. Because of all this, Sheng becomes very worried. He feels that maybe there was some helplessness in Jian's path. He never told his brother why he left him. In the end, as soon as Jian finishes eating, he starts to leave. But Sheng follows him. Outside, Sheng stops him and says, "Listen to me. Give me a chance to explain." But Jian replied, "Now I have grown up, and I have learned to bear all this pain. What will you explain to me? I don't want to hear anything. Will you give some helpless excuse? Some false reason? Do you remember the last time we met? It has been so many years, and you didn't even give me a gift on my birthday. You left me then, and today I am leaving you." Saying this, he walks away and adds, "I wish we never meet again." He loved his brother a lot. He was a photographer, and the last gift his brother gave him was also a camera. But there was still something he couldn't resolve, and today, that knot finally opened. After that, he decides that he will never do photography again. He throws everything away and decides to move on with his life. He believes that he doesn't need relationships or family. He will take care of himself and move forward. On the other hand, Ning's sister gets married. After this, the story fast forwards. 3 years later, everyone seems to be settled in their lives. Ning has left her part-time jobs and is now working at a company. Although her position is temporary, she hopes to become permanent soon. Meanwhile, Jian is working at a real estate company. His job looks stable, and he has even decided to buy a flat of his own. He spent his entire childhood in an orphanage, and today he is about to build a home of his own. For him, there is nothing happier than this. He even gives his friend advice, saying, "Never believe in relationships. They deceive you. Start earning money, because money doesn't deceive." On the other hand, Ning's boss shatters her hope of becoming permanent. She becomes very upset and starts crying. Later, she goes to her sister's house, where her sister has prepared delicious food for her. Her sister wants to show her that she is settled in life, but she can sense everything Ning is feeling. She tells her that she didn't become permanent yet, and that there is no hope for now. "Stay with me. I want to be your support. You're getting weaker day by day. I want to take care of you. I've even set up a room for you." Ning goes to see the room and notices a job hunting book placed on the bed. Seeing this, she gets angry. She has already been depressed for several days. She tells her sister, "You think so little of me that you believe I'll cling to you like a parasite my whole life. When will you let me stand on my own feet? I have self-respect. I don't want to ruin my married sister's home. I don't want to be a third wheel." Saying this, she leaves. Her sister tries to comfort herself, thinking that the two sisters are just fighting and that Ning will be fine soon. At the same time, Ning receives a message. She becomes deeply upset after reading it. The message is about her father. He is in prison and has been granted temporary leave on payroll. Meanwhile, Sheng sees the message and becomes anxious. He immediately tries to call his brother Jian, but Jian doesn't pick up. On one hand, Sheng is stressed about his own life. On the other, his wife tells him that Ning isn't answering any calls or messages. What should I do? She wonders. In this state of distress, Sheng gets distracted while driving. A truck crashes into their car. The accident is extremely serious. The scene shifts. Ning is sitting in one place, and Jian is sitting somewhere else. Both of them receive a call at the same time. The same devastating news is delivered to them. They learn that their loved ones have lost their lives in the accident. Ning is heartbroken. She loved her sister deeply. They were each other's only family. Today, she feels like an orphan. She also regrets that she was angry with her sister before she died. Jian, too, loved his brother, even though there was distance between them. He is shattered. At his brother's funeral, another bomb drops in the story. Jian learns that he has a nephew. A very cute baby named Wuju is standing there. When Wuju starts crying, Ning takes care of him, but the baby doesn't pay much attention to her. He keeps running toward Jian. Jian thinks the child doesn't look cute at all and tries to avoid him. However, while trying to protect the baby from falling, Jian ends up holding him. During this moment, Ning gets injured. Ning goes to the hospital to get her wound dressed. Meanwhile, Jian has to manage the funeral arrangements and take care of the baby at the same time. He feels completely trapped. Despite everything, Wuju turns out to be incredibly cute and grows unusually close to Jian. Perhaps he feels that Jian is his father. Jian becomes exhausted by the baby's mischief. He tries to escape, but Wuju clings to him constantly. Once, while Jian is carrying him, Wuju vomits all over him. Jian stands there, washes his clothes, and cleans the baby. He thinks, why hasn't his aunt come yet? She should be here to take care of him. While trying to entertain Wuju, Jian drags him around in a bucket. The baby seems to be having a great time. Just then, Ning arrives and scolds him. How can you behave like this with a baby? But Wuju refuses to get out of the bucket. Later, Ning tells her friend, while Jian is here, I feel like there's someone who shares the same pain as me. He's helping with the arrangements and taking care of Wooju too. Things I once found so annoying don't seem that bad anymore. After everything is finished and they are about to leave, they learn that the baby has no one else left in the world. At this moment, only these two are his family. If neither of them accepts him, Wooju will be sent to an orphanage. Does anyone want to take responsibility for this baby? Someone asks. Jian immediately responds. What are you talking about? This is the first time I've seen this baby. How can I take responsibility for him? And I don't want any connection with Shang or his family. I've done enough. This matter ends here. Saying this, he walks away. But Ning, who has a very soft heart, says, I will raise this baby. As she prepares to leave with Wooju, Jian helps her one last time. Since one of her hands is injured, he places the baby's belongings in the car. Before leaving, he gives Wooju a piece of candy and says softly, maybe we'll never meet again. Finally, Ning takes Wooju to her house. Wooju enters the house as if he feels peaceful. He starts playing with his toys, but Ning keeps missing her sister everywhere in the house. In the next scene, when she goes to the room where she and her sister had their last fight, her heart feels heavy. Then she sees a sticky note her sister left behind. It says, I'm sorry. Seeing this, Ning breaks down and cries for a long time. She misses her sister deeply. After that, she receives good news. She gets a call for an interview from BS Food Company. She is finally going to get a chance to become a full-time employee. Her sister is no longer with her, but Wooju is. He will be the support of her life. Now, he is her only family. On the other hand, we see Jian. He is broken on the inside, but he pretends to be calm and detached. He acts as if nothing affects him. He is drinking with his friend and mentions that people want him to take responsibility for the child. He questions what kind of relationship he even has with the baby. In reality, he is trying to justify himself and hide his guilt. His friend, however, can sense that Jian is deeply sad and only pretending to be fine. But no matter how much he runs, he cannot escape himself. One thought keeps bothering Jian again and again. Before the accident, his brother had called him. Jian didn't pick up. Later, his brother left a message saying that he wanted to talk about something important. Jian never found out what that important thing was. Meanwhile, Ning's life has completely turned upside down. Her house is messy. She is trying to cook food for Wooju, but everything is in chaos. The food she prepares with so much effort is spat out by Wooju. He doesn't like it at all. Just then, Ning's best friend, Kai, arrives. Seeing Ning's condition, she feels terrible for her and offers to help completely. The first thing Ning asks her to do is wash her hair. After that, Kai stays busy cleaning the house, taking care of Ning and Wooju and talking nonstop. But Wooju creates another disaster. While sitting, he poops right there. Now the two girls have to clean an even bigger mess and somehow manage everything. After all this chaos, Wooju finally falls asleep. The girls are exhausted and sit quietly thinking. From far away, kids look very cute, but taking care of them is almost a disaster. Later, Ning requests Kai to help her again. She explains that she has an interview the next day and asks Kai to take care of Wooju for just 3 hours. Kai agrees. On the other hand, Jian is busy renovating his house. He wants everything to be perfect down to the smallest detail, so perfect that even the contractor struggles to meet his standard. Here, we are introduced to Hao. He is the manager of a team at BS Food Company. He is handsome, an excellent chef, and looks even more charming when he is cooking. Meanwhile, Hao is reviewing the CVs of the shortlisted candidates. When his eyes fall on Ning's photo, he feels an inexplicable familiarity. The moment he sees her, a small smile appears on his face. Finally, the day of the interview arrives. Ning is busy getting ready. At the same time, we see Jian. Whenever Jian sees Candy, Wooju's face appears in his mind. He misses him deeply. Wooju is his nephew, his own blood. Still, Jian tries to ignore these feelings. Unfortunately, just before the interview, Kai receives an emergency call from her company. She calls Ning, apologizes, and tells her that she can no longer take care of Wooju. She asks Ning to arrange someone else. Ning has no choice. She must go for the interview. She starts calling friends one by one. She even goes to her neighbors' houses, requesting help. But coincidentally, no one is available. With no other option left, she calls Jian. She asks him to come over, saying there is an emergency. When he arrives, she shows him her injured hand and tells him that she got hurt because of him. She points to the bandage and says she cannot take proper care of Wooju in this condition. She tells him it's only for 3 hours and promises to return right after her interview at BS Food Company. But Jian refuses to listen. He doesn't want to deal with this responsibility at all. First, Ning plays the victim card. When that doesn't work, she starts blackmailing him. She reminds him that Wooju is his blood and asks who else could take care of him besides Jian. She insists that, no matter what, he should help. Then she adds casually, "After all, we've already stripped together." Jian is shocked and asks when that ever happened. She calmly replies that he must have forgotten it was 3 years ago. She explains that they stripped the bubble wrap off the lamp together. Just like that, she makes a fool of him and runs off for her interview. Meanwhile, Jian keeps thinking that the house is completely scattered. He wonders what he should do now. This small package, this baby, suddenly feels very big, and he questions how he is going to handle it. He has always found children annoying. At the same time, he receives an important call from the office. He has a pending task to complete. He wants to go to his apartment and finish it on his laptop, so he picks up the baby and takes him to his studio. He sits down and gives Wooju strict instructions, telling him not to touch anything and to stay calm. In return, he gets a hard slap on his face. It is lunchtime now, and Jian starts thinking that he should feed the baby something tasty. He believes that good food will make Wooju happy and stop him from disturbing his work, so he brings a burger and french fries. He places the food on the table and sits aside to continue his work. He becomes so absorbed in his task that he forgets everything else. After some time, when he looks back, he screams loudly. The child has completely turned the apartment upside down. Jian is a cleanliness freak, and he has no idea how to tolerate such chaos. He screams so loudly that even the people living in the building come out of their houses, thinking that an earthquake might have occurred. The kid starts crying because he gets scared, and at the same time, he also poops. At that moment, Jian thinks that instead of the kid, he should be crying. After this disaster, Jian decides to take the child back home. On the way, he is about to call his aunt, but suddenly the kid throws his phone onto the road, and it breaks. Now Jian doesn't even have a phone to call anyone. He stands there, confused, wondering what to do next. With no other option, he goes straight to BS Food Company. He had previously decorated part of the mall for work. Now he arrives there with the baby and unintentionally starts ruining those decorations. Seeing this chaos, a crowd gathers. Among them is Ning. When she looks closely, she realizes that Wooju is behind all the mess. At the same time, Jian is standing there, calling the child honey. He feels extremely embarrassed in front of his future colleagues. On one hand, the baby is in terrible condition. On the other, Jian notices something shocking. Ning's injured hand is perfectly fine. She is working normally. He immediately realizes that she lied. While they are busy arguing, the kid suddenly disappeared. He has wandered near the fountain. Wooju starts enjoying himself there. Jian and Ning panic and begin running after him. The kid keeps making them run around. By the time Jian finally catches him, he is completely drenched. Jian angrily says that both the aunt and the nephew are extremely annoying. He tells them never to show their faces to him again. After that, Jian goes back home and starts cleaning his apartment. While cleaning, night falls. Meanwhile, Ning also returns home and cleans Wooju properly. The next day, after Jian's phone gets repaired, he discovers that he missed many important calls and messages the previous day. Because of this, a major problem has occurred. He was supposed to shift to his new house after 1 month, but now there is water leakage in the apartment, and everything is soaked. His renovation work cannot be completed on time. He has already ordered a lot of furniture for his new house, and his old apartment contract has been terminated. Now, with all his belongings packed, he has nowhere to go. He cannot find any nearby apartment for rent. The situation becomes urgent. Suddenly, Jian remembers something Ning once said. She had told him that this was Wooju's house, and that he could come and stay whenever he wanted. She had said they would take care of the child together, and that he was always welcome. Remembering this, Jian gathers all his belongings and arrives at Wooju's house. Ning is shocked when she sees him entering with all his luggage. Jian then looks lovingly at Wooju. He clearly states his decision. He says that he has better chemistry with Wooju because they are blood related. He announces that he will live there. Ning reacts loudly and tells him to forget what she said earlier. She insists that they cannot live under the same roof because he is a man and she is a woman. Jian calmly replies and tells her not to worry. He says she is not his type anyway. He also adds that he doesn't need her permission because this is Wooju's house. He asks Wooju directly, and Wooju agrees immediately. Ning still refuses to let him stay. Jian then reminds her of how much he has suffered because of her. His apartment renovation is still incomplete because of the chaos she caused. He gives her 2 options. Either she compensates him, or she lets him stay. Left with no choice, Ning falls silent. That night, she lies down on the floor while Jian starts setting up his thing. At the same time, he takes care of Wooju. That night becomes the first night in a long time when Ning sleeps peacefully. The next morning, when Ning wakes up, she is shocked. The entire house layout has changed. Everything looks clean, shiny, neat, and organized. Breakfast is already prepared. As she looks around, she realizes how much has changed overnight. Her house feels calm and orderly. She sees Wooju's uncle feeding him healthy food with his own hand. The kitchen is spotless. When she goes to the washroom, it is shining as well. He has washed all the clothes for both the baby and the house. He truly is a cleanliness freak. For the first time, this habit proves useful. He is taking excellent care of Wooju. After all, he is Wooju's uncle. Jian also turns out to be reliable. Once, Ning almost slips, but she manages to steady herself. She reminds herself not to feel happy too soon. She decides that she will not allow him to stay in the house for long. Just then, she receives a message. She has been hired as a full-time employee at BS Food Company. She becomes extremely happy. When Jian hears the news, he congratulates her warmly. He tells her not to worry about anything. He asks her to wear nice clothes and go out to celebrate with her friends. He promises to take care of Wooju and tells her to just be happy. He also tells her that she must have been very tired for many days. Later, she sits with her friend and tells him everything. Her friend says that there is nothing strange about the situation. He tells her that old thinking is outdated now. He explains that yes, he is a man and she is a woman, but they are simply housemates. He even jokes and asks which bedroom they are sharing. He also adds that with Jian there, he will help take care of Wooju, and she won't get tired so easily. On the other hand, Uncle Jian is handling everything with careful planning. He thinks that he will stay for 1 month, his furniture will remain safe, and his renovation work will go smoothly. However, his friends warn him that he might end up falling in love with her. Jian confidently replies that this is impossible. That night, during dinner, the two of them sit facing each other and have a serious discussion. Ning finally decides to let Jian stay in the house. She explains that she is new at her job, so Jian will take care of Wooju while she focuses on her work. She also says that they will share all household expenses as well as Wooju's expenses. Jian agrees immediately and even signs an agreement. So now, after signing the contract, Jian gives Ning a warning, and that was that this room is mine and no one can enter inside without knocking. No one is allowed to come inside. Well, anyway, why would Ning even want to go into his room? But in the end, there was one thing that was bothering her. She starts asking Jian that I will spend the whole day at the job. How will you take leave? How will you take out time for the baby? You have to manage all of it. It is written in the contract. He says, you do not worry. I have managed everything. Actually, in Jian's mind, there was a plan. Next day, he goes to his office, and there he talks about his annual leave. He had 1 month leave, which he wanted to utilize now. But his boss starts saying that right now we already have a shortage of people. I cannot send you. But somehow, Jian convinces him in the end. However, in the end, the boss had one condition, and that was that we had only one photographer, and he has run away. We immediately need some photo shoots, because I know that in the past you were such a perfect photographer. Now actually, poor Jian never wanted to pick up the camera again, but after so many years, he has to pick up the camera again. It was his passion, and while doing this work again, somewhere he was also feeling pain. But at the same time, he was also enjoying it. He does some photo shoots very nicely of a hotel. And then after that, when he was discussing about this, maybe his luck was a little too kind to him today. In fact, in the same area, to get her inspiration for a photo shoot, a very best photographer had come, and her name was Amiju. She was telling her assistant again and again to search for one place. But her assistant was very worried because of her perfection. He was thinking, from where will I bring such a place? Why does she not change the assistant instead? Meanwhile, while passing from outside, he hears Jian's discussion inside. He was talking about exactly the kind of area that Amiju needed. He goes inside and starts telling him that your thoughts match a lot with someone, and that is Amiju. Will you become her assistant for 1 day? Because of you, we have already found that place where she has to do the photos. We will go there, so just assist her also. And along with this, they offer him a lot of money for that part-time work. But Jian, standing there itself, refuses and says that this is not my cup of tea. I will not pick up the camera again. On the other giant at home, we see Ning. She had done full preparation, and had also made a long big list for Jian about how he has to take care of Wooju. In the end, she even gives him a checklist and says that you must keep informing me side by side how you are taking care of him. Well, now next morning, as soon as it becomes 8 o'clock in the morning, Ning's time finishes. Now she has to go to work, and from here Jian's timing starts, and from 8:00 in the morning till 7 o'clock in the evening, when Ning will come back, he has to take care of Wooju, and this was included in the clause of their contract. Ning was very happy while going to the office. She was looking very excited. Today, on the first day, All the employees who had come were getting their training. She learns all the work very carefully. Meanwhile, at home, we see Jian, who is taking care of Wooju very nicely. He does every work on time. He takes good care of him. He also sends photos side by side. But the reality of the photos was something else. TV was strictly not allowed. But still, he was showing him TV. He thinks that it is necessary for his smartness. And along with this, after food, he used to give him a little chocolate also, and he says that all this is very necessary for a balanced diet. But somehow, he was taking very good care of Wooju. And then, in the end, as soon as it becomes 6:00, he starts thinking that why not before Ning comes, I take a shower. And after that Ning's duty will start. But bad luck. Poor guy, as soon as he goes to take a shower, cold water starts coming because their boiler had already become broken. He comes out just like that, wearing a towel. At the same time, Jian comes there, and both of them just keep screaming. After calming down a little, they try to fix the boiler. But in the end, they have to call an electrician, and they find out that he is asking for proper money. But at this time, both of them were poor of the poor. They could not afford that much. So just to manage the moment, they think that right now at least we will give Wooju a bath, and this was one thing on which Ning was not going to compromise. She heats water, puts it in a bucket, and after that both of them together try to bathe Wooju. But without a boiler, bathing was very difficult. He troubles them a lot, and after that both of them were sitting tired. Jian says that you are very bad. How shameful is this? You made me do overtime. Look, it is already 11 o'clock. And in the middle of their fight, the baby again goes and sits in the washroom, and then while taking care of him, it already become midnight. Well now, next day, as soon as Jian goes to the office, she gets assigned to work with a team. And this was the same team whose team leader was COG. But here in between talk, one employee starts saying that, hey, you are that same girl from the lobby who came on the interview day and created a scene. That day's footage has gone viral in all the office groups. Actually, that day when she was giving the interview, Jian had come to BS Food Company carrying the baby, and there it was looking like she was the baby's mama and Jian was the baby's daddy because Jian was calling her again and again honey, honey. But thanks God, she was not clearly visible in that footage. But still, some people had started recognizing her from her side pose also. Well, she feels very embarrassed, and she feels like drilling a hole in Jian's dimple. At the same time, on the other hand, the home scene is shown. Jian goes to his neighbor and asks him for some tool. But the neighbor starts saying that if your boiler is broken, then you will not find a bigger expert than me anywhere outside. I will do your work for free. But he had more attention on gossip than on work. He starts asking him, who are you actually? I have never seen you here before. I have seen Wooju's aunt coming here 2-4 times. But what is your relation with her? How are you both living in the house? He starts saying that our relation is very cute, and that is because of this baby. We both are raising this cute baby by becoming a cute couple. Meanwhile, Ning was already shocked. After the Jian and baby scene went viral, she was feeling that everyone must be thinking that she is someone's baby's mama and someone's wife. But just then she gets another shock, which was even bigger than that, when she sees that her manager is none other than COG. And as soon as they see each other, a flashback of old memories comes, and by looking at it, it feels like maybe they both were a couple many years ago. But right now, both of them react as if they are meeting each other for the first time. Meanwhile, the neighbor had already ruined everything. Earlier, the boiler was still working a little bit. Now it becomes completely damaged. As soon as Ning comes home, she starts saying that even its display is not working. When did this happen? And Jian, just to save himself from Ning's scolding, pretends to be unaware and says that I do not even know. I did not even realize whether it was working before or not. Well now, the clothes were also very dirty and lying all over the house. So for laundry, both of them go to a place. They had taken the baby along also. There Jian starts saying to her that because of you, I have to do overtime every day. And Ning starts thinking that because of this useless person, my image has already been spoiled on the very first day in the office. She shows him that same video and says, do you even feel ashamed or not? He starts saying, thank God in this your face is not visible. But she starts saying, do you even have any idea how beautiful and how attractive I was in my university days? Everyone used to call me top star by Susie. That same Susie image of mine is now ruined because of you. At that time, poor girl's condition was very bad. Her hair was also messy, and he starts thinking this and by Susie? Oh my God. Well now, next day, poor girl washes her hair with cold water only. And even if he did not want to, Jian was feeling very sorry seeing her in that condition. He was feeling like somehow he should help her. And then next day, the same thing happens again. She again washes her hair with cold water, and she was also coughing. Now he starts feeling even more pity for her. Meanwhile, in the office, she hears that Seojin will not come to the office for 2 days because he has gone on a business trip. So she starts thinking that okay, that is good. Tomorrow, I will not have to wash my hair with cold water because apart from Seojin, she did not care that much about anyone else's impression. But next day, as soon as poor girl was going to the office, this time even Wooju holds his nose because his auntie had not taken a shower for 2-3 days. And then in that condition, as soon as she reaches the office, in front Seojin was already sitting there. First of all, on the other hand, Jien's struggle was completely different because the boiler was broken. The water was not getting hot, and the machine was also not working, so he had to wash many clothes by hand. In between, he sees that card which was from Amiju, and he decides that he will make his friends sit for Wooju's care, and he will go for that part-time job. But he says that I need all the money today itself in cash. The manager says that there is no problem in that. Just keep Amiju happy. Now they reach the shoot location. There, before Amy comes, he sets everything properly. But as soon as Amija sees a new guy there, she tells him that you go away. I do not need any assistant. But he says that anyway I will leave after 1 day. You do not need to worry. I am temporary. At the same time, there was an actress whose photo shoot was going to happen. She was very worried and was saying that the kind of setup you have made, I feel that my image will look very bold, and this was not acceptable to her. But Amija says that you should not trust me, but you should trust my camera. Till today, in any project, I have never disappointed anyone. And Amiju was truly an amazing photographer, and somewhere she had also been a role model for Jien when he himself used to do photography. The kind of setting and lighting preparation he had already done. He even knew Amy's choice because he had studied her work. He was looking very impressive. Meanwhile, in the office today, Seojin notices that Ning is not feeling well. She was coughing again and again. She had caught a cold, and Ning was very lucky because two boys were taking care of her. Jien had also gone to that part-time job today only because he was worried about someone, even though he had decided not to do it. And from the money he gets from this, he gets the boiler fixed. But one thing was there. After so many years, going to a photo shoot and touching the camera again, somewhere the photographer inside him was slowly waking up. Well now, as soon as Ning was about to go back, in the elevator with her was Seojin, who tells her that do not come by but. I will give you a lift. You do not look well. Meanwhile, poor Jien was a little busy in some work, and from behind, the small hurricane had started his work. Wooju reaches his room, opens his boxes, and that same camera which his brother had given him as a gift, meaning Wooju's dad, he takes it out. This camera he had once thrown away, but his heart was so heavy that he had picked up again that camera, which he had thrown 3 years ago. But after all this, he becomes very upset. While on the other hand, Ning takes a lift from Seojin a little far from her apartment and gets down there. She was feeling like he thinks that she lives in this tall building, and before saying bye to each other from there, they end up talking about their past. They were each other's first love, and 7 years ago their breakup had happened. On what matter did it happen? How did it happen? From a little flashback, it seems like maybe Ning had broken up with him, and that too because she probably wanted to go somewhere for her higher study. But today the condition was such that Seojin had a big car, and it looked like he had a lot of money. He had a stable job, while poor Ning was struggling from place to place. Now as soon as she reaches home, because she had gotten down a little far, while coming back she gets drenched in the rain, and her mood becomes even worse. Jien was already sitting upset. He starts telling her that I had told you that no one will enter this room. Look what Wooju has done. He went inside and touched my camera, which I had not touched for 3 years. She starts saying that I am already very troubled. So he says that because of your trouble only, today I left Wooju with someone else and went to a part-time job myself, and look, the boiler is also fixed now. You can now go peacefully and take a bath. You can freshen yourself. Hearing this, she becomes very happy. And after that, he had also bathed Wooju lovingly and made him sleep. So both of them sit together, and here she takes out a wine for celebration. Now both of them drink wine together and at the same time start talking. They say that in the past few days we have had some small fight, but now I do not want all this to continue. Whatever time is left, we both will spend it peacefully with each other. Jien also says yes. Here even the neighbors are thinking that we both are maybe a couple. So let us spend time peacefully and then go on our own way. And just after promising each other this, both of them fall asleep. Next morning, the scene comes. But what is this? Instead of sleeping separately, they were sleeping on the same bed. It seems like they had drunk a little too much at night. And as soon as Jien sees Ning in his bed and realizes that this is not a dream, both of them just scream loudly. While cute little Wooju, looking at them, it seemed like he was enjoying this situation. After the chaos that had been created, first of all, they both scream a lot in shock, and after that, when they calm down, they start remembering what actually happened. Actually, from the start, they had thought that they would just drink a little and then sleep peacefully. But it kept increasing, and after that, they drank 1, 2, even 3 bottles. Now both of them were getting all the memories together. As soon as they looked at the places where their things were lying, some kind of flashback would start coming. Both of them had poured their full hearts out just to tease each other, and they had revealed their secrets to each other. What was the condition of their heart? What were their family conditions? How Jian liked photography so much, but because of being heartbroken, he had left all this. And after that, Ning tells him how she spent her childhood in a very difficult and poor condition. In such times, only her sister was there, who had become her umbrella. She used to cook food for her, what kind of things she liked the most, and while remembering all that, she was crying, and Jian was the one handling her. They were acting exactly like best friends, and in the end, they did not even realize when she fell asleep lying on Jian's bed. Well, thanks God. At least they remembered that they had only shared one bed. And apart from that, there was nothing else. Well, still they feel so embarrassed that while picking up their thing, they say to each other that now we promise we will not drink at all. We will not even touch the bottle. Whatever time is left we will spend very peacefully. And after making this promise, Jian picks up his things and goes to his room, and after that, he keeps himself locked inside the whole day until Ning goes outside with the baby. Now Ning had taken Wuju to the park for an outing, and here her friend Kai had also come to meet her, and she screams and says, "What is this? Your relationship is progressing so fast. It is so fast-paced that you both have even slept together." She says, "We just slept. It means we only slept and nothing else. We both were drunk. We had no senses. And yes, anyway, between him and me something like that is impossible. After 1 month, he has to leave, and that is all." But Kai starts telling her that, "Let me tell you one thing, your housemate is very handsome, and anyway, she always used to call him her in-law. He was actually her sister's in-law." After that, Jian was sitting with his friends. He was very lost. He had never thought that such a day could ever come in his life. He had not shared anything with his friend, but still, they keep questioning him again and again. They say that the girl who is your housemate, your in-law, she is quite pretty and also looks innocent. Are you both living together? Has no romance bloomed? What have you thought about your relationship? You are single. And just hearing this, he stands up shouting and says, "What kind of things are you saying?" And his friend says that you both have been living together for so many days. Your chemistry is also very good. Have you never felt that she is very beautiful? Has your heart never beaten for her? And hearing this, he says he will leave from there. And as soon as he goes, even after avoiding each other the whole day, Ning and he finally face each other. And today, for the first time, Ning was looking at herself again and again in the mirror, and then she starts thinking, why am I caring about how I look in front of Jian? And after that, whenever they faced each other at home, that whole day the situation remained very awkward. Now after she finishes taking a shower, it was Jian's turn to take a shower. She comes and starts knocking and says, "Let me come inside. I need to take something." He says, "Go from here. I am bathing." But she was very restless. She keeps speaking from outside. Just then, Jian realizes that actually one of her items was left inside. And the situation, which was already awkward, becomes even more embarrassing. Ning hides her face, quickly picks up her stuff, and runs away from there. After that, once she was opening the window, when strong winds start blowing and her hair begins to fly, Jian looks at her and just keeps looking. For the first time, on seeing her, he was getting that woman-type feeling. She was looking very beautiful, and in his ears those same words were echoing, which his friend had told him, that she looks beautiful. Does your heart not beat? And he starts thinking, what is happening to me? And after a little while, the same thing happens with Ning also. When Jian was fixing a tap, she was looking at him. His muscles were so strong. He was looking completely macho, and she also keeps looking at him. And all the words that Kai had said were now echoing in Ning's ear. Well, somehow after all this, the weekend gets over, and she again goes back to her work. Now when office life starts, Ning realizes that she is completely new in her team, and people are taking her very easily. They feel like after completing her 3 months, she might not even become permanent here because her ideas do not match with the team manager, because in the last meeting she had given some revolutionary thought. They indirectly make her feel like pack your bed and prepare to leave from here. But in fact, nothing like that was true. Later, there is a meeting in which Seojin gives a very important task to Ning, and in the next project, she is the one who will do the most important work, and if she does this well, then her job can become permanent here. On the other hand, Jian faces that same neighbor who had spoiled his boiler. So now, to take revenge, he says in front of his mother that yesterday I saw your son smoking, and his mother was against smoking. She scolds him a lot. And just then, Ning also comes back from work. And that boy now starts taking revenge because Jian had said that he and Ning are living together like a couple. So he keeps calling Ning cute, like his darling. Before Ning understands anything, Jian quickly changes the topic and says that he did not call you cute, but he called baby Wooju cute. Well, now, on the new project, Ning also had to prove herself, so she has to do some extra work. She even starts working after coming home, and here she gets so excited that she runs and holds Jian's hand and requests him that I have to prove myself. They look down on me. Will you help me? Nowadays, you will have to take care of Wooju a little more. And as soon as she holds his hand, he starts blushing and says, okay, but keep some distance from me. So these days, Ning was doing full-time hard work. She often stayed awake till late at night, and day and night. Full care of the baby was now being done by Jian. Jian himself did not realize that slowly, he was starting to like Ning, and he was also understanding her struggle. She had lived a tough life, and he had seen her goal. At one place, she had written her wish that I want to stand on my own feet by my own strength. And seeing this, he starts feeling pity for her that how miserable her life must have been. After that, when he was cleaning, he finds a sticky star fallen there, and again more memories start coming to him. Both of them were lying at night, looking at those shining stars. And Ning had told him that whenever it rained, my elder sister used to take care of me. She used to come with an umbrella for me. And that day, she used to make pancakes for me also, with lots of corn in them. She had cried a lot, saying that maybe now I will never be able to eat those kinds of pancakes again. And even today, it was raining. So Jian feels like he should make pancakes for her. He himself did not realize from when he had started taking care of Ning, he was good in cooking. He makes very amazing pancakes. He also feeds Wooju, and along with that, he starts saying that why is your auntie late today? And if she comes getting wet in the rain, then she will fall sick. At the same time, he also tries to justify himself. He says that I am not caring for her. I am saying all this out of humanity. Then he prepares the food and was waiting for her because Ning had promised that she would reach within half an hour, and they both would have dinner together. But Ning gets a little more work, and she becomes very late. Now she was the last one left in the office, and at the same time, Seojin was also leaving at that time. So he starts saying to her that why will you go by bus? I will drop you. And anyway, I am the one who made you overwork. Along with that, we will also do some discussion related to work. On the other hand, Jian starts thinking that poor girl is working day and night. If she gets wet in the rain, she will get flu, and he was saying all these things to Wooju and starts telling him that see, if she gets flu, then it will transfer to you also because you are a very small child, right? I am worrying for you. So that Ning does not get flu, I will take an umbrella for her. After that, in the next scene, he leaves Wooju with the grandma next door for some time, and taking the umbrella, he reaches at the bus stop. He was waiting for her for a long time. Many buses pass by, and he gets tired and was just about to go back from there, when suddenly an expensive car stops near the bus stop, and from it Seojin comes out, the same one who had given lift to Ning. Seojin had such a big car, and along with it he was standing very suited booted. He was looking very rich, and along with that tall and handsome also. So Jian looks at him once, and after that he looks at himself. He was wearing casual clothes and slippers. He was not looking equal to Seojin from anywhere. So he quietly starts leaving from there. But Ning sees him while he was leaving from there, and she feels very bad that I made him wait so much, and he had even brought an umbrella for me. Now they both reach home. But somewhere in his heart, Jian was feeling a lot of jealousy. He starts saying to her that I had messaged and asked whether you have an umbrella or not. You could have replied that I am not coming by bus, but coming sitting in an expensive car with my manager, then I would not have cared for you at all. Anyway, why did I care for you? I was only worried for Wooju that your infection should not transfer to him. After that, Ning understands why he got so angry, because he had made her favorite pancakes, which had now become cold, and along with that Jian says while going that I hate waiting the most. In future, do not make any such promise which you cannot fulfill. Well, a few days pass, and after that, in Jian's life a very pleasant surprise comes. That same photo shoot of Amiju, which was now printed in a magazine. She had mentioned Jian's name there as her assistant, and along with that, in an interview she was asked that you have never acknowledged any assistant before, so this person must be something special. Amija says that this is absolutely true. He was a very talented person. Now again and again, calls were coming to Jian from different places, and everyone knew Amiju. She was a very big celebrity, the biggest name in her field, and being happy about this, Ning also comes to Jian with that same magazine. She praises him a lot and tells him that that day when you were drunk, you had told that your passion has always been to hold the camera. So I want you to go back in this field. Try your luck again. But he says that I have left all this. I had worked only for one day, but while sitting there, he receives a call from Amiju, who tells him that whatever camera you have, which you are used to, bring that and reach at this address which I have sent you, and this is the biggest opportunity of his life till now, which was going to lift him from the ground and make him sit on the sky, but he says I will not go. Anyway, I had thrown away all my cameras, but here Ning starts caring about him. She convinces him and tells him that if this thing gives you happiness, then you should go once and see. You will come to know whether you want to continue in this field or not. Such a big chance has come in your life. This should not remain as a regret. Listen to me. Go once and see. And after Ning says these things, he really starts thinking about it seriously. And then, after thinking the whole day, he decides that he will go there once and see. In the next scene, he immediately calls Ning and says that this evening I have decided to go to Amiju. You come back on time at exactly 7 o'clock. She says okay, and this time I will fulfill the promise also. She was covering her work fast the whole day so that she could reach on time in the evening. But after that, something unexpected happened. Seojin gets a call from a very big client from abroad. There was a connecting flight, and they were going to meet him at the airport. They had given only a few minutes for the meeting, and before that they had to prepare all their work. Otherwise, this project would slip from their hands, and such a big client also. And on this project, Ning was mainly working. So he stops her with him, and near the airport they take a suite, and there they start completing their work. Meanwhile, she calls and tells that I am so sorry. Please ask the grandma next door for help. But she was also not available. So Jian does this that he carries the baby with him and goes there. But that baby keeps troubling him and even drops juice on his clothes. After that, when he reaches to Amiju, seeing her set up there, his old memories become fresh. His passion was starting to come alive again. Amija starts saying to him that you have brought the child also with you. He says sorry that at the end time something got messed up. I had to bring him with me. And then, after that, he makes him sit there and himself starts completing the task given by Amija. She had to take his test. She tells him that do photography in such a way which is like your own nature. And then, after that, give me everything completed within 3 hours. It does not matter even if you use an old camera. I will understand your talent. And after that, he starts shooting there. And here at some points Wooju also comes inside his photo. And he was sitting looking very classy and cute. On the other hand, while working, Ning and Seojin start talking. While working here, they start remembering their old college time. On many projects, they both used to work together, and at that time also Seojin wanted the same perfection which he likes today. She says for scholarship how much hard work we used to do. But Seojin says that I was not sitting there for scholarship, but only to spend time with you. But meanwhile, something bad happens with Wooju. He gets an injury, and Jian leaves everything. He takes him and reaches the hospital. But they say that before admitting him, it is necessary that his guardian should be present, and at that same time he keeps calling Ning again and again because as guardian only her name was registered. But she had already reached the airport and her phone was left in the car. When she comes back, she sees 19 missed calls, and then she runs to the hospital. Jian, of course, was very angry. He had never seen such situations before. He had panicked. He starts saying that there is a limit to everything. So she says that I was busy in work. I forgot my phone. And anyway, I am doing so much hard work only to bring up Wooju. He says that first stand on your own feet. This dream of yours has not been fulfilled till today. How will you take responsibility of someone? And this was that one thing which was Ning's painful spot, and on this Jian said such words that it was like putting salt on her wound. She starts saying that I can also blame you that you did not take good care of the child. But in the middle of their fight, The doctor calls them inside and says that this child's parents are not in this world. I have observed some signals that because of their separation, this child is going through psychological impact. He needs care from both of you, especially from his guardian. After that, they both become ashamed. Instead of putting blame on each other, they were now worried about Wooju. Ning was ashamed that she kept putting everything on Jian. Although he had never taken anyone's responsibility till today, he loved Wooju very much. Jian was separately worried that because of his mistake and his carelessness, the child got hurt. He had become too lost in his work, and along with that he was also sad that he had said such harsh and rude words to Ning, which he should not have said. In the next scene, he was sitting in the park, feeling ashamed, and then for reconciliation he does this, that he brings very amazing breakfast for Wooju also and for Ning also, and both of them were feeling ashamed in their hearts. So they think that with this excuse their friendship will become normal again. They sit together and have breakfast. But here they come to know that their property owner has come here today, and he was none other than Seoji. And as soon as Ning sees him standing outside, she becomes worried that in this whole world, only this one person could be the owner of this house. And with this part ends.